Welcome back to Project Trackday. As we're gonna be pushing on to 1 million credits, we're gonna be doing for a proper practice for this time. So we're gonna be heading on to Fuji Motor Speedway. Last time we did for 3 cars in somewhere in Tsukuba for pre-Super GT lap times. As we're gonna be doing for a little bit for Jess as well. It will take time to load before we're gonna be begin to race. But before we're gonna be making this done, so let's change the map options and drive to this thing. So absolutely, if I'm just gonna be using for the GT 500, which is absolutely gonna be taking for all 3 cars. But first, let's take on for a Gran Turismo for just a little bit for only one thing. If this is absolutely gonna be taking for a absolutely one thing, but things that I must trust all the way down into one here. So this is absolutely going to be one piece at all cost. And before we're going to be making onto the straight, I'm absolutely going to go inside of the onboard view, inside of the Toyota Supra GT500 Super GT, all the way for this way. So if it's going to be trying to make somewhere else that we're going to be making for a full break, this is what absolutely going to be making onto this way. Inside of the chase cam, that should be absolutely going to be taking a little bit charge. But more of these things we're going to get up until there's only way. There's no only way that we're going to be taking onto this chance. But unfortunately, this is won't be absolutely going to be taking onto this let go of the throttle before we might slap down into this other kinds of turns. That this match as well, that we're going to be matching to this track with absolutely whatever we do. If this is some kind of just anti-Suzuka, so it is going to be absolutely inside of the onboard view. This is where that we're going to be taking a little bit first much, as no things are going to be all the way fast. By using first gear and second gear, that should be able to get taking so much time. What we need is the clean lap. Before we're going to be making onto this only straight, that should be going to be taking a little bit outside. To getting all the way up here as well. If this is absolutely going to be very possible, let's change into the PG Motorsport mode. If this is very possible that we're going to be taking all the way up, and let's see the lap time. If that lap time is going to be fail, then we should try again before it might be able to get reaching for a lot of things as well. Almost most likely reaching to 175 miles per hour. Which is absolutely for 1 minute and 38 seconds. Looks like we're going to be taking a little bit slower than gear second as well. Getting into the throttle, snap on the exit in the first turn, to second turn, down into turn number 3, which should be absolutely going to be taking so much slower, but more before like this one, 4 seconds behind what we're going to be taking around for this as much. This is going to be making way for too far. Very fascinating, and getting a little bit for the 3rd gear and getting all the way into 4th gear as well. Going inside of the 5th gear down to turn 6, 7, we should be might able to get for a little bit of much to gear 2nd and gear 1st. This should be going to be absolutely going to be having too powerful as well. It looks like 0.066 seconds behind. So it looks like we're almost gonna get nailed at as much. So we just absolutely did an outside lane about the 3rd gear. So if this is absolutely gonna be making much really good, I'm extremely morbidly excited for this. And looks like we're gonna be heading onto 3rd gear, into 4th gear. This is absolutely gonna be waiting for only just begun. Until this is gonna be very more smaller. Then I'm gonna go inside of today's for strategy. This is going to be making a little bit for going up until 177 miles per hour, 1 minute and 34 seconds, 2 seconds, which is absolutely pretty quite so interesting. So let's get it back into the dealership. I mean, let's get back into the garage. And we're going to be making for a little bit some more. Next is the Honda NSX Super GT for just a little bit. If this is absolutely for the Honda NSX GT500, I'm going to be making for this a little bit work. Before I will end for this, for really sure, if this is absolutely going to be way more quickly, than I ever possibly. That we're using about for the chase mode for just a little bit. This is an absolutely Forza mode. Now we're absolutely hitting onto the second gear, which is absolutely making too much on this first corner. During the outlap, is this gonna be the most literally fastest way? This is absolutely gonna be taking for a little bit much. I think this is absolutely gonna be taking for a very good step. 1 second away, which is I'm probably trying to get all the way down into this last time, but this is going to be for much like pretty fastest lap times whatever we saw. But the good thing is that we're going to be taking a little bit get down into turn 6-7. Looks like the RPM limit is absolutely going to be gearing shifting all the way down into 4th, gear 3rd, gear 2nd. Almost get it no chance for just a little bit for it's only 1. So it looks like we're just absolutely going to get up and pass for the Chevy Camaro, 0.9 seconds away. Looks like we need to get a little bit cool down for just a little bit. I'm probably not sure. This is some kind of just a little bit of joke. Unfortunately, we need to absolutely cool down until we're going to be making this first. Before we're making for this strategy, I'm going to be using for a PG Motorsport mode. Before we're heading onto this out, as hitting around for the second gear, it looks like we're going to be taking all the way up into 5th gear. But looks like we're going to be making all the way to 6th gear into 175 miles an hour. It looks like we're going to be heading onto, it is going to be the same as for like this for the GTE class. Looks like we're officially in 1 million credits. But looks like we're just absolutely taking a little bit more in front. But the good thing is we're going to be all the way to start right here. And the last time that I never going to be saw, it looks like we're going to be taking a little bit slow. But our first corner must be 0.3 seconds ahead or behind. This is some kind of just a little bit for once again. If this is something that's going to be a little bit slower, if this is absolutely going to be meant to be happening, it's not preventing for just a little bit amount of time. So it looks like we're going to be taking a little bit one class, but very slow as very possible. And before we're going to be meant onto this one, this is not an absolutely horrible mention as well. And it looks like we're going to be taking onto second gear to first gear as well. Not even possible as well. 0.6 seconds behind. Looks like we're heading back into second and going on to the outside, down into the inside. Gear 3 and head on to the gear 4 before we're going to be make onto the strategy. It does not seem to be right, but looks like we just absolutely went things a very bad mention. We just absolutely failed for 1 lap. Okay, here it is. It is absolutely going to be doing for once again. Let's try another one. It is absolutely going to be trying to feel a little bit for 186 miles an hour. Let's try a little bit even strictly slow into second gear, but more likely going to be really fast. To do like this, it's going to be something a little bit tragic. It's not going to be very gone too long until hit down into 4th gear. It looks like which is absolutely 0.7 seconds behind. So it looks like even for the last sector that I just going to be made up for just a little bit. Now take it a little bit close into gear number 3 to gear number 4 to gear 5. We'll be actually going to be taking a little bit hard, but very hard as well, to get down into turn 6-7. Looks like we're going to be getting down into what the concerns about for this gear 2nd. Looks like we're absolutely taking a little bit oversteer, or just a little bit, or understeer as well. 0.5 seconds behind as well. We just made onto the snap onto the exit into our last couple of turns. But this is where we're going to be making onto our final turn. When absolutely I just missed it around here. If this is absolutely going to be taking around for this necessary, it will be absolutely going to be taking all the way for the top into gear number 4 and make it all the way into insanely like I've never been to. It's going to be taking for a very much as well, and we'll take all the way for just all the way for up to 181, and we are officially in our last decade for level 59. This is absolutely taking for very as much, and we just absolutely completed 1 minute and 32 seconds, which is absolutely pretty a little bit quick. But unless we're gonna be changing all the way back, let's jump out of the car and get back into the garage before we're gonna be one more lap to go before we have to complete this thing. But not lastly that we're gonna be using as the Gran Turismo version. Looks like we're inside of the Gran Turismo 4. But looks like this is absolutely gonna be good sign to me. But looks like we're gonna be taking on with this, shall we? We're staying in the middle of the day, but looks like we're gonna be taking onto us into a decent top speed of literally not 100 miles an hour. We're taking onto the out lap, and that's gonna be taking outside of the ring. We'll be taking onto the inside third gear and fourth gear as very possible. But before we're gonna be making onto this one strategy, looks like we're gonna be taking onto its very fast corners. Looks like I say this is most likely the most fastest GT cars ever seen. It is pretty likely that it's gonna be going to get up until as well and making for a little bit for a Bolivian for this team. So believe me, this is absolutely gonna be taking for only one test back into the cockpit view inside of the GTR 34 GT500. Let's say that's gonna be taking a little bit slow, but more things to come. Takes for a little bit advantage for GT500. So after the second sector, 0.2 seconds behind, looks like we're going to be taking for this a little bit of a go. But one thing strangely like it's going to be taking for a month's lap. I think we're absolutely going to be staying around cool down here, and looks like we're completely here to go. Until we're going to be absolutely to take around for this strategy, and we're going to be taking for its final turn. But I absolutely careful, it will be gonna be necessary as always. That I'm using for the PG Motorsport mode to gear number 5, but then for the ongoing to gear number 6, this is absolutely gonna be taken for a little bit slow until 175 miles per hour, until 177 miles per hour. We just reaching into increase a level 52. Looks like we're just absolutely gonna be only way. This is going to be finding all the way down here until this one is going to be unlocking all the way down into here. But things will be unlocked as well for the proper way that we're taking for this a little bit slower that I'm going to be using for the gear number 4. 0.26 for a second for just a little bit. 0.2 seconds ahead of us. Looks like we just absolutely went down for this for the P1. So it's going to be trying to make a P1 reference that we're going to be should be able to get inside of that reference. Before we're making for this fastest lap, we're going to be taking onto a very slow mountains that we're heading onto second to first gear. So it will be going to be absolutely necessary before me. 0.6 seconds behind. It is going to be taking for a world record super lap, and the NSX without for this only one time. But the rest of this one will be absolutely going to be taking for a very more slower. I absolutely forgot to get on to the outside. We have oversteered for just a little bit as well, for less power slides as well. And because of this one reference is going to be taking a little bit much slower. So this is absolutely going to be breaking through this 160 miles per hour. And that is going to be the end of this one. And taking for a 32.3! Which is absolutely, I made the fastest lap. Looks like it's absolutely pretty such as gonna be unnecessary it was. 1 minute and 32.2 was absolutely pretty slower than 1 minute and 32.3. That was even slower than the Honda NXS. Looks like we're gonna be taking and return back into the garage and despawn off the line. And because of that reference that I never able to say, looks like we just absolutely return back into the map menu and return to the hub as well. So if you enjoy about for this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and click the bell. Thanks for watching into this video for each side that I'm gonna be signing off, that I'm gonna be talking to you guys all later. Again, for this time that I'm gonna be reaching onto a level 3 for just yet. This is Turbo Concept, over and out.